Wembley, Wembley, we're the famous Arsenal and we're gonna Wembley, Wembley, Wembley. FA Cup semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. I'm absolutely buzzing. Even though we've got Man City, I don't care. Just a nice day out. We're definitely going to do something special for that game on Arsenal from Hong Kong. But hello everyone, welcome to the Arsenal from Hong Kong channel. I hope you're all doing well, keeping a nice time during coronavirus. I'm sure all of you watched the game last night and know the score. Arsenal won 2-1 against Sheffield United in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. A really decent performance by some players. Some players really stood out. I'm actually going to mention them in today's episode or today's video. But before we start, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment down below if you agree with the player ratings, and if you don't agree, please tell us your player ratings, because we'd like to know what's yours. But yeah, absolute fantastic performance, really buzzing. Yeah, let me get some stats up quickly. So, in the first half, we were very, very dominant. I thought in the first half we were definitely the best team in the first half. But in the second half, we did struggle quite a lot. Obviously, Sheffield United did score in the second half. It was very late on. It was about the 87th minute. But then Dani Ceballos came to the rescue and scored a goal in the 90th minute. Obviously, Nicolas Pepe scored first in the 25th minute from the spot. But the shots, Sheffield United had 13 shots, Arsenal had 10, Sheffield United had 4 shots on target, Arsenal only 3 out of the 10 on target. But although we had a penalty and we had that amazing goal by Dani Ceballos. So, yeah, we had more possession like usual, 59% of possession for Arsenal, so that was good. Sheffield United, they won more fouls, they also got more yellow cards. They had more corners, same amount of sides. But you know what? I'm just buzzing we won. I'm really happy that we won. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a live watch along to this game on my channel. And as soon as Dani Ceballos scored, check out the stream. I went absolutely ballistic. It was so funny. But yeah, what do we take out of this? What's the positives? Well, we had some really, really standout performances. Some really, really good performances. And this is very good coming into the end of the season. We've got some really tough games we've got to play against. Away at Wolves, away at Tottenham, home at Leicester, home at Liverpool. We've got Villa, Watford and Norwich. So 7 really tough games, and we do need to win probably about 5 to 6 of them if we want to get to Champions League. It's going to be very unlikely to get Champions League this season, for next season, but you know, everything's possible. And yeah, now personally for me, would I like to win the FA Cup? Well, personally, I don't think we should have European football next season. I think we need to regroup and just focus on the Premier League, and I think we'll do really well in the Premier League if we do that. But at the same time, I really want to win the FA Cup. But what happens when we win the FA Cup, we get Europa League football. And again, it goes back to the whole thing, defines what I'm talking about. We do need European football for money, obviously, qualifying money. And you know, it'll be really good for the owners of the club. But if you're looking at it from a fan's perspective, and in the future, it wouldn't be the best. But obviously, everyone wants to win the FA Cup. And if you win the FA Cup, you get Europa League. So I'm going to have mixed emotions going into this semi-final. I want us to win and go to the final and win. But at the same time, I kind of want us to lose because I don't really want European football next season. Having European football next season wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's just an added bonus. Something, you know, I kind of feel like it's just the Europa League for me. After the first season, the first season was cool. The second and third season, it was just a little bit old. Especially that third season we just had, it was just old. It's something, you know, in the way. You know, think about this, you're going through a marathon and you're on your final lap and you start getting cramps. For me, that's what the Europa League, it's just something in the way. And I don't want Europa League, it's just rubbish, it's a waste of time. It's just pathetic. The only good thing about Europa League is that if you are struggling in the Premier League, then you can, if you win Europa League, you get to the final. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if if we do well. Obviously, we've got Man City next in the next round, which is yippee! It's going to be great. Yeah, it'll be a long night. But yeah, we'll definitely do something special for the semi-final and final on the channel. But you know what? Let's just focus on this game. We played our socks off. The first half, I thought it was one of our best first half for a very long time. Let's say about a very long time, 4 or 5 years. It was one of our best first half. We were dominating. I read out the stats during the live stream. We were dominating, but then in the second half, I thought we crumbled a little bit. We let Sheffield get into the game, and obviously they scored. Thank God for Danny Ceballos, though, because he kept us alive. But let's go through the player ratings, because I'm talking a little bit much now. So yeah, starting off in goal, Emi Martinez. Now, in my preview, I did predict Matt Macy would go in, and I think many people were, but I'm surprised Martinez did play. He controlled the ball well. I mean, he made saves when needed, and yeah, I think the defence let him down for a couple of the goals and the offside goals. He was also obviously helped out by the offside flag a couple of times, and you could tell he started to lose faith in the defence because he wanted to take more control in set pieces later on the match went. So for Emi Martinez, I'm going to give him a 7. So yeah, moving into the centre backs now, starting off with David Luiz, and I think it was a decent performance. It wasn't the worst performance ever. I thought it was pretty good. You couldn't really tell a single thing David Luiz did badly, but you couldn't really tell a single thing he did good. I thought he did a couple good tackles and kept the possession a couple of times, but then in the 23rd minute he did come off. I don't know why he came off. I think he had an injury. It looked like he had an injury, but yeah. So I'm going to give David Luiz a 6. Next to him was Shukran Mustafi, and yeah, it wasn't okay. It wasn't the best performances. He was definitely the best centre back, and he composed and was reliable, and he was good in the air. But you know, I didn't really, again, the same with David Luiz. I don't think there was anything special about Shukran's performance, so I'm just going to give him a 6. Next to him was Sead Kolasinac, and I thought Tierney was actually at centre back, but apparently Sead Kolasinac was at centre back, and it was very strange. You know, it was very odd. He definitely struggled in set pieces, and you could tell he was struggling to play at centre back. He failed to clear the ball a couple times, and he felt like a man torn between responsibilities, but waiting to go forward and knowing he shouldn't. For him, I'm going to give him a 5.5. Not a 5 because it wasn't pathetic, but not a 6. I don't think it was a standard performance. So 5.5, not good, but not bad. Moving into the wing backs now. Starting off with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and I thought it was a very, very good performance by Ainsley. He didn't get forward as much as Cheney did, but I thought he had Pepe in front of him, so Pepe was doing quite a lot. So that allowed Ainsley to sit deeper and defend, even when he was an occupant. I thought this was a very smart performance by Ainsley. I thought he was very good. I think we should start Ainsley because he looks much better than Hector Bellerin. He looks more fitter, he looks more fresh, and he looks more professional and composed. So for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I'm going to give him a 7. Next to him was Kieran Tierney, and I was man of the match. Arsenal from Hong Kong, man of the match. Really, really good performance. He was a threat. His attacking was really good, but his defending was very good. Yeah, it was just. I thought Kieran Tierney was actually at centre back, and then later on I realised he was at left wing back. But he was always a threat, always causing problems, and he is Arsenal from Hong Kong's man of the match. So I'm going to give him an 8. Moving on to the central midfield now. Let's start with Granit Xhaka, and he was pretty good. I think he was popping it in and out. He floated in deep midfield, so it was an acceptable performance. He was steady, but he was lacking steady persistence. He had a few awkward moments, but nothing came to bite him. So I'm going to give Granit Xhaka a 7, an acceptable performance. Next to him was Joe Willock, and very good complimented Xhaka. even though he didn't do anything particularly noteworthy, he did do a job, and he was in all the action, box-to-box midfielder. That's what we needed. He even created some decent opportunities, including the last action of the match, a beautiful flick on that Lacazette wasn't expecting. So yeah, Joe Willock, really decent performance, and I'm going to give him a 7. Moving into the front three now, on the right, Nicolas Pepe. And again, if it wasn't for Turney, then he would be man of the match. Really good performance. Funny penalty. I liked his penalty. That was funny. We were talking to Jules about it, and apparently Jules said he does it all the time. So yeah, he was really good. I think Pepe was really dominant in the 60th and 60th minute throughout the 60th, 61, 62, 63. You get what I mean? And yeah, his penalty was just class. Really, really good performance, and I'm going to give him an 8. Next to him was Bukayo Saka, and wasn't left wing. Sorry, was Bukayo Saka, and he wasn't as involved as Pepe was in the second half. As Pepe faded, Saka finally got into the match, but by then there wasn't much for him to do. He was just clinging lead and hoping to see it out. So by Bukayo Saka, I'll give him a 6. Next to him was Lacazette, and well, actually, no, he was in the centre, and rather chunky, early going, but found his footing as he progressed. And he won off the penalty, but he didn't do fantastic. I don't think he was one of the best players on the pitch. I thought it was an okay performance. It was an acceptable one. He obviously won us a penalty, and very important. But if it's beginning to wonder if he even knows how to function without Aubameyang next to him. So he does need Aubameyang for help. But although I don't really like playing Aubameyang at the moment because he's just not trying hard enough. Right, let's move on to the substitutions. And Rob Holding came on for an injured David Luiz in the 53rd minute, and he did well. He contributed very well, and he contributed. He did very well. He didn't have a bad moment, but I thought maybe the Sheffield United goal he could have done better, so I'm going to give him a 6. Dani Ceballos, now, really quiet, not really doing much, but then he did score the winner. But that's really the only thing he did, so I'm not going to mark Dani Ceballos. And obviously, Eddie came on, and I'm not going to mark Eddie as he didn't come on for as much time either. So thank you all for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be really much appreciated. Content coming out, obviously. Jules did the matchday vlog for this game, so check that out. Also, I'm going to do, also check out the live stream if you haven't already. And that's on my channel, Hong Kong Football Raff. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to our private channels, Juicebox14 for Jules and Hong Kong Football Raff for me. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.